Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. No one thought that was funny. Wow. Okay.
No, because it's
Anyway.
Toto. We're not in Kansas anymore.
Oh, it is? Oh, I don't fucking know. I haven't seen The Wizard of Oz in 20 years, probably. Y'all remember when they ran the Oz cars like
I've got
back
one.
in 04?
I've got one.
Oh, you got one?
I've got a Gordon one.
Oh,
it's up there.
Cool. Hello, this is the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. I'm Buddy Pulley.
I'm Seth Dolby.
And then Peter Stratta. Yeah. Peter, glad to have you on. First of all, tell us who you are, what you're about.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm Peter Stratta. I'm a NASCAR reporter for TSJ Sports. Myself and Noah Lewis are at most of the races. Born at Kansas this past weekend. Kansas was the first race in like 6 or 7 weeks we've not been at, but we're at a good majority of the races getting content for our website that we put on Twitter and YouTube. And Noah Lewis's YouTube page has just exploded the past couple of weeks. He was the one who got the raw footage of Byron talking to Jeff Gordon after Darlington. So he's really killing it on YouTube.
Awesome. And that's what remind me what the channel or the website's called.
TSJ Sports.
TSJ Sports. Follow. You guys are on Twitter. You guys are on everything pretty much, right?
Yeah, that's right. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the whole thing.
All right. Cool. Yeah, definitely follow those guys. They've definitely y'all's post-race interviews has helped me out throughout this past the whole season, really getting
especially when we're at the track.
Everything. Yeah, seriously. So Kansas, obviously there won't be a bushwhacker because they're running both the truck and Xfinity race. So we'll get into the truck race. Zane Smith won. Obviously, I mean, if we all saw it, which we all didn't see it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
If you guys all saw it, then you saw Zane Smith absolutely dominate. Peter, you saw or listened to it more than probably both of us. What you got on it?
Well, Zane Smith was basically the class of the field all night long. He led, I think, 108 of 134 laps. Aside from finishing second in stage one, he more or less had the field covered all night long. Third win of the season, really stamping himself on the list of championship threats in this series, considering he's won at Daytona, at COTA, and at Kansas, probably the three most different tracks you can think of.
Yeah, I can remember what the third one was other than Daytona. Zane Smith has he was one of those guys where he ran for junior for a couple races, in 2020, I think, or something like that. Yeah. And he did respectable. And then that was the only shot he really got. And he's done great in trucks. He's kind of flown under the radar I feel like for a lot of people. And that front row team has come out of nowhere.
I mean, they were talking about him maybe being in the 42 instead of Ross in 2021.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he brought money, but he's also bringing talent, which is always good to see. Stuart Friesen had some trouble just getting to the damn race. What did he do? He missed what flight did he miss, Peter?
I think he missed a connecting flight out of Chicago, so he didn't make it for practice or qualifying. So Bubba Wallace subbed for him in the 52.
Yeah.
I think he qualified the truck fifth, and then Friesen had to drop to the back for the start.
Yeah, and he drove up through the field pretty good.
He did, he was up in the top 10 for a little bit, but faded a bit towards the end.
Yeah, as soon as because I was kind of in and out for the truck race, I noticed he was fourth. I was like, damn, that's a good run for Stewart coming from the back. And then as soon as I said that, I looked back up and he was like 10th. Then he was 14th. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, Bubba, he got to practice the truck. That was cool. I don't know. That's one of those things. That'll be a trivia question years from now.
That'll be like the who was the first driver to drive for 2311 trivia question.
Yeah. Or that's true. Yeah, Ty Dillon. I thought about that the other day. I was like, I bet no one remembers that Ty Dillon drove the 23 car first. But yeah, trucks John Hunter kind of shit the bed, didn't he? What happened to John Hunter again? I forgot. He what did he do? Cut a tire or something? Or no, he hit the wall. That's what happened. What is up with him?
He's just been so inconsistent this year. I mean, he was lights out dominant a week ago at Darlington, but that speed is just here one week and not here the next week. That's why I think Zane Smith has really stepped up to the plate and asserted himself as the guy for this championship, not the KPM onslaught or GMS truck, and said it's that front row truck.
Yeah, that's kind of wild because like I'm trying to think of who else has won in trucks. I mean, Ben Rhodes, obviously. Then Corey Heim won Atlanta. I don't even remember some of the other races. I just remember Zane Smith.
I think
pretty much.
Chandler Smith won one.
Oh yeah, Chandler Smith did win. Didn't he win Vegas or something?
Right, and then William Byron won at Martinsville.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, that's why I didn't remember. Yeah, so truck race was, it was kind of a little bit of a snoozer, but kudos to Zane Smith for dominating that. On to what are they going? They're racing at Texas. Yeah, they race at Texas. Yeah, Bushwhacker will return next week because we got all 3 series racing next week. Getting into the Cup race, it was Peter. You have a topic, and I think that's going to be kind of the theme of this whole video. Is this next gen car has kind of saved the mile and a halves, honestly.
I think it has. I mean, we've seen with Las Vegas and Auto Club 2 of the best races in those respective tracks' histories. And I was really looking forward to Kansas because towards the end of Gen 6, even with the 550 package, this track gave good racing at times. And I think we, again, saw one of the best races in this track's history start to finish today, and has me excited for the All-Star race in Texas, which I did not think I'd be saying. And if anything, I want to see what the next gen would be like at Chicagoland or Kentucky, just to see what it's like.
Yeah, I think I definitely would like to see it at Chicagoland. Yeah. Seth?
Let's go to Chicagoland next week. Forget Texas.
Yeah,
Chicagoland.
Run the All-Star race at Chicagoland. Dude,
yeah. I don't know if I fully feel like this was that great of a race. It seemed way more like what I was worried about with some of these tracks. Like Kyle Larson aero blocked the 45 for way longer than I would really like to see. So I don't know what we can do about that necessarily. I feel like are we still bringing like bricks to the racetrack as far as tires go? Or
no, I mean, we saw fall off. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize how much fall off Kansas really had. Like they were saying it was, second and a half fall off. I don't remember that at Kansas, but maybe I just haven't noticed.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They're in the Midwest. It's harsh winters.
Yeah,
pretty hot summers.
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought I was kind of in the same boat as you at the beginning of the race. I was, I wasn't really liking what I saw out of like the aero side of things, and really the only thing that kept it interesting at the beginning for me was like the tire issues, because we'd get a restart and then things would shake up, and it was hard to pass. It was super hard to pass, harder than I remember it being to pass at Kansas. But towards the end of the race, I mean, I don't know. Once everybody kind of got dialed in, it was a good show between Kurt, Kyle.
Yeah.
Bell. I was in the same boat as you at the beginning, and as soon as I was about to send out a tweet, shit hit the fan. I think that was when Byron cut a tire, and that's when everything went to hell.
I think it's one of those things where we keep seeing that this limited amount of practice is still not nearly enough. And I feel like the product would be even better if we had maybe an hour practice, just regular practice, let them go out there and do what they want.
Yeah, just 1 hour, I think would be good. What do Peter, you heard any drivers talking about it?
Yeah, a lot of drivers are just mixed results on whether they want more practice or less practice for just TV's sake and for the fans' sake. But I think that if they're really being honest, a lot of drivers would prefer not maybe the entire old system pre-COVID where we had 2-3 hours of practice each weekend, but maybe an hour and a half total plus qualifying, I think would be enough to satisfy most drivers' appetites.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking for the past couple of weeks, is that would be good. I don't like how they do practice before qualifying. I'd like to see who's fast straight off the truck. Like, just do qualifying first. Like, go ahead, I don't even know what qualifying trim really is with this new car, but who's fast directly off the truck, and then go into practice and dial it in for the race. I don't know. I think that'd be fun. Because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like there was too much talk about TV and all that stuff as far as practice and qualifying went. Practice and qualifying is more for the fans at the track who are spending the weekend, to me. And if you get, a few extra hours of track time in on your Friday and Saturday, then that may decide whether or not you're going to spend a whole weekend there or not. Because there's only so much you can do outside of that. So
I mean, you hit the casino.
Yeah, but every track doesn't have a casino.
Well, I mean, we talked for a while about increasing like the fan experience, like for everyone at the track. But I guess we kind of got a little bit off topic there. But yeah, I was kind of more with you at the end of the day, Peter. Like I did think that this new car has helped the intermediate package like tremendously. I think Kansas has always been a good track. I feel like this race behind me is the 2018 Kansas race. That was a banger. And even with the 550 package, we saw some okay racing there at times. Kansas has just always been a good track. And I don't feel like it made Kansas better, but I don't think it hurt it really.
Absolutely. And you also got to think Kansas was repaved 10 years ago in 2012. So its surface is really just hitting that sweet spot of being just age enough. And like we said a few minutes ago, the harsh environment is in with the harsh winters and hot summers there in the Midwest.
Dude, holy shit. It's been 10 years since they repaved Kansas.
Yes.
What the fuck? I feel so old. Yeah. I feel like Kansas was like just repaved.
No, it's definitely been a minute.
Yeah. You're
Kansas, right. Kansas was the man when they
race. Oh yeah, because like everybody fucking wrecked in that race.
Right?
They ran the spring race with the old one, didn't they? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So now would be 10 years, the time in between both races.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay, because they repaved Michigan the same year and Pocono. Damn, I'm old, bro. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. But a lot of the theme of the race was kind of tire problems. Like, oh my God. Like we saw left rears going out left and right. I mean, we saw it in practice with who? It was Blaney. We saw Logano, Hamlin, a couple other guys, right?
I think Busher too.
Busher, yeah. And I think Stenhouse as well. Yes. And then it continued into the race. And a lot of people, I saw on Twitter want to blame Goodyear for this. I don't necessarily blame Goodyear. I mean, what it sounded like it was air pressure and camber, a lot of it. And I mean, we saw every 20 laps, someone was cutting a tire down. We saw, who was it? We saw Chase Elliott, William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Daniel Suarez. Yeah. Probably 4 or 5 other guys that I'm missing because it was just all the time. Yeah. William Byron from the lead, and that's kind of what it set everything off.
Yeah.
Peter, what you think?
Well, with a new car and still trying to figure out all the right adjustments for camber and tire pressure and everything, every track is somewhat different. So the sweet spot for setups and tires at every track will truly be different. So with as little practice as they did get, I'm not shocked there were a couple of tire issues in the race.
Now, like, have you heard anything about like left rears? Because I feel like I remember this at Auto Club, and then also we saw it at Darlington in practice, a couple guys blowing left rears. Has anybody been talking about that, or what they need to do differently?
I think it's just the way this next gen rides on tough racetracks. It really sits on that left rear, and it's more preferable to, I think, drive it off left rear through the corner. So you're bound to see more wear and tear on that specific tire.
Okay, I got you. All right, that makes sense. I almost got to a point where it reminded me of Indy 2008, where we had started to have thorough cautions every 10 laps because tire wear was so bad, which it wasn't an issue of tire wear here. It was more of the teams trying to get as much as they can, because there's like a recommended tire pressure that Goodyear gives to teams, and then normally however much lower than that is where they actually run. And It was like like clockwork every 20, 25 laps. We'd have a guy blow a tire. I mean, Harvick was another one. I mean, he spun out 4 times a day, it seemed like. But
yeah, he didn't blow a tire though, did he?
I think he did at one point.
Did he?
I think.
Because the one time coming out of the pits, he messed up shifting. That wasn't a tire issue.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any down the time he spun off 4 though.
Oh yeah, no, he came over the radio and said he thought it was down, but maybe it wasn't down.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was wild because it was like as soon as Larry Mack would cue in, and Larry Mack would be like, "All right, yep, it's been 20, 25 laps. Oh, there goes Truex. Oh, there goes Elliott. Elliott looked like a fucking helicopter out there."
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was gonna take flight.
I mean, dude, yeah. He had some strong words. He said something about the car being a fucking joke. And I'm like, I mean, no. Like, I mean, I kind of understand it because, like, you know, he had to get the push back to the garage or whatever. And he wanted to push back and they towed him. Yeah. And the same thing with Suarez. That's something they need to get fixed. This whole bullshit where they pick the cars up, take them, like, why can't they be pushed? Yeah. Like, I mean, if they can get them rolling, they can go. I mean, that's ridiculous. They need to figure something out with that. And like I don't even feel like that's a car problem. I feel like that's just a like track personnel problem, just not.
Well, they said they've been bringing the same guys every week to do this stuff, and they haven't really gotten it.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. They're hard-headed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, because Suarez was irate on the radio. Because Suarez, I mean, if he would have just gotten a push, he probably wouldn't have lost as many laps as he lost. And then Chase Elliott, didn't the tow truck get stuck in the grass? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
That was comical.
This was a weird race.
This
was a weird race. I mean, we saw Eric Jones's pit guy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The lug nut
I've seen in a while.
Yeah, like the lug nut got stuck. Like it was like when you go to get an oil change at a shitty mechanic and they fucking screw your screw for your oil on too tight, and so you have to come back. That's what it reminded me of. I mean, shit, dude. When I tweeted out, I was like, damn, that nut's harder to get, or Plan B wouldn't take that nut out. Oh my God. It was just like, there were several bizarre things. Like BJ McLeod, what the fuck? Did he hit the eject button? Like,
he said, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Dude, like the hood or the roof flap came up, or not the roof flap, the roof hatch came up. Like, what the hell? Like, there were several things like that were just fucking ridiculous.
Only in NASCAR, I guess.
Yeah, people were talking about it. They were like, you know, this is such a great race. I'm like, haven't been great. Just weird shit's been happening. And then, like, you know, second half of the race, we saw a better race than that. But yeah, Seth, what you got?
All right, I've got I want to talk about the complete toughness of the cars. Good God,
of course you would.
How many times did Kyle Larson knock the damn wall down today?
A lot.
5, 6.
Yeah. This is like, we saw vintage Kyle Larson today.
It reminded me of that one year at Eldora where he kept trying to chase down Bubba Wallace, but knocked the wall down every freaking corner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, and he finally killed it. Luckily, he didn't kill it today. I mean, yeah, he knocked it down quite a few times. Harvick got into it pretty good one time, and a lot of guys were getting into the wall. And that's what I wanted to see, because we talked about this in the fall Kansas pod when Chase Elliott was trying to run down Kyle, and he got in the wall, and he kept hitting the wall, and they're like, dude, Chase, chill the fuck out. Like, you're going to blow a tire. And we were talking about it, how the composite bodies are going to be so much better for this, and we're going to, you know, and this is a prime track to see that, you know, displayed in full effect. And it definitely, I mean, you saw lots of guys. The top was king today. I mean, rim rider right around the top, and Larson was higher than everybody else. And yeah, we saw him getting in the wall a couple of times and keep on digging.
Yeah, to your point, we were hoping for this as far as toughness goes, but then we get to the track and the tire rods are breaking. Like, you breathe on them and they're breaking. So they finally got that fixed. luckily, to an extent, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of angle.
Yeah, it's a matter of angle. So hopefully whenever that gets completely fixed, it'll be exactly what we were hoping for on that front as well.
Yeah. Peter?
I mean, this reminds me a lot of Tyler Reddick when he won his Xfinity championships at Homestead. I remember one year he didn't practically have a right side on the car. He was in the wall that much. And that just is, like you said, a real testament to these composite bodies, how far the technology has come from just regular steel, no more getting in the wall just a little bit and cutting down a tire like Chase Elliott could have last fall.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Now I think it definitely hurt Kyle though. He got a fender rub, or not fender rub, but he damaged the fender that one time.
Yeah.
And I think at a different track, because I think tire wear might have had something to do with that too. Just, once you scrub the Goodyears off of it and, burn up the right rear so much, you're going to kind of fall back. But like another track where there's not as harsh tire wear and you can rim ride the top, that's going to be where it's like, we're going to really see like Homestead, Homestead's, excuse me. Homestead's one that will cut the, where tire wear is high. But I don't know. Yeah. I'm excited. This made me excited because I was waiting for this race in particular just to see the cars run around the top, and it definitely delivered.
I mean, if a track like Bristol ends up being, actually a good race as far as with the horsepower package and the brakes and all that stuff, then that will definitely help as far as how strong the cars are. So hopefully all that goes well.
Yeah. Peter, what you got?
I just think this next gen's hit it out of the park on every track aside from Martinsville. And the issue there was shifting, then the weather and the tire, which are all things they're trying to fix before they go back in the fall for that all important playoff race. So I really think that this car has been near perfect. And I think Kansas has proved again that just how great this car is and how great racing can be with the right body and the right horsepower package, right tires, right weather, right everything.
Nice. Yeah. And we were talking about this beforehand. This race played into Toyota's hands a lot. They have arrived. Toyota has been kind of hot and cold all throughout the year. And today, all 6 of them were in the top 10. And Bubba, they had the worst pit stop in the history of NASCAR.
They did. I saw it right before we started recording. Apparently, their crew lost 45 spots on pit road today.
Oh my god!
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, some Bubba fan I follow said that they had lost throughout the whole day 45 spots, which is more cars than are even in the race. That just shows how off the pit grid 2311 is.
Good Lord!
God. And they finished 10th.
Yeah, they still finished 10th. Yeah. Peter, you were going to talk about it, so I'll let you kind of take the lead. But yeah, about Toyota there.
Right. We somewhat saw this last week at Darlington before the big one where Truex took out just about every Toyota, both 2311 cars, Hamlin, I think a couple others too, where a bunch of the Toyotas were running up towards the front of the pack. And today they just sealed the deal, like you said, with all 6 of them in the top 10. Had Bubba not had those pit issues, he thought he had a top 2 car. He thought he could be up there with Kurt Busch contending for the win.
Yeah, I hated that for Bubba because, I wanted to see what he could do. And literally, he came into the radio right before that last stop and he was like, just keep me there. And they couldn't do it. Seth, me and you have been talking about this for a couple weeks now. Just how bad 2311's. They haven't been there most of the year. And now that they're here, it's like, it's becoming more evident what the actual problem is over there.
Yeah. Now these issues are really going to start to show their ugly heads here.
Yeah.
You cannot have cars that are as fast as they had today and give up. They gave up probably a top 5 on pit road. They probably weren't going to win. I don't see Bubba beating Kurt straight up, but yeah, they probably gave up a top 5 today. And that's a testament to what Bubba did in the car, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Bubba Wallace sucks ass. No.
Yeah. Dude, I saw some guy, he was like, oh, Bubba parked the car in the pit stall wrong. And that's why they messed up on the pit stop. I'm like, what the hell? Like, really?
No, that was Kyle Busch.
He can't. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that one stop. Dude, he just can't. Bubba's another guy. Like, you wanted to talk about Suarez, how he has no luck. Bubba has no luck at all either. I mean, if anything bad's going to happen, it's on that team. It's a lot of times going to happen to Bubba.
Yeah, like, sure seems like it.
Yeah, and then, I mean, I guess go with the Suarez.
Yeah, poor Daniel Suarez running, what, fourth?
Yep.
Fourth. Yeah, fourth.
Running fourth. Just blew, another left rear issue. It's not like he was the only one to have that problem today, but of course Ross didn't have that problem. Go figure.
Yeah, he's got. I wouldn't say Ross isn't just luck. It was just Daniel has bad luck. I mean,
yeah,
he's just we've been saying it the past 2 weeks. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong for the 99 team.
Stop hitting your table.
Yeah. And because I mean, it seems like anything. I mean, we saw Ross wreck last week, and then immediately the 99 mess up on pit road. Yeah. It's just like, damn, dude. If he could put a clean race together, I'd like to see what the 99 team can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the feeling over there at Trackhouse? I mean, it's been insane, like how good they've been compared to last year.
Been doing what I thought 2311 would be doing this year, where it's just how out of the box fast they are every weekend, every kind of racetrack. And like I said, it's the highs of Ross Chastain. Then over here on this side of the building, Suarez is just over here lucky to run 15th most weeks. So
yeah.
Hopefully they'll get their stuff together and Suarez can put together some more top 10s, inch closer to the top 5 and maybe leading laps winning. But so far that hasn't happened yet, aside from Bristol Dirt and a couple other moments this year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. It's like he almost is not quite on Reddick level. I mean, Reddick was nowhere today. Well, Reddick was there. He just something happened to the car. He had a vibration, then he hit the wall.
They had the massive amount of debris hit the front end and probably changed the balance of the car, and it got loose. Yeah. And
that's exactly what Reddick said. That the debris just changed everything, and he was just loose going into the corner and just bam, slammed the wall.
I mean, yeah, they probably that probably added like several hundred pounds of downforce and just completely messed up the balance of the car.
Yeah, the back end was probably tail happy at that point, and yeah. That makes sense. Peter, give us one of your other topics we were going to talk about.
I think we really hit on all of them because I wanted to talk about next gen saving intermediates, then the Toyota arriving. Like we said, all 6 of them in the top 10. But how about that one lug nut on Eric Jones's team?
Oh my God, dude! What? Yeah, that so. Like, yeah, we just talked about that a little bit, and like there's so many issues, and I guess that's one, like, tire. We're having tire problems with the lower profile tire. We're having, lug nut issues and whatnot. I mean, what can we do about this? Like, either one of you. What do you think? Like, because I'm kind of lost.
Well, I mean, it seems like one of those things that they just have to kind of like work through. It's not the first time we've seen this. It is a NASCAR, but last year in Formula One, Valtteri Bottas had one. Mercedes could not get that thing off in the shop. So it happens occasionally. I don't know if the threads just get like melted together. Maybe it's so hot, it's like welding. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how you kind of fix that really. Maybe different. Well, is the so the wheel is aluminum. The threads, I would assume, are they aluminum as well, or is it a different piece that's steel?
I would imagine steel, right? Yeah,
probably.
I'm not sure either way. I think aluminum, but I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Because it could be because it's cast, so it's a cast aluminum, so you could cast it in there. I wonder. I would assume what it goes onto, or the tire. The wheel hub, I would assume that's steel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you do there really.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be curious to look back at like some other series that have been running this one lug for a while and see where they were when they, first started doing it, or, made a big change, or, kind of got to where they're at today, just to see if they had some of the same issues. Because, I mean, we're having, guys we've seen the wheels not, going on exactly right, like, not exactly threaded correctly or whatever. And then we saw whatever with the 43 team today. It's just, I mean, we all knew it was going to be like that. I mean, growing pains with this. I still think the single lug is the way to go. I mean, there's no reason not to. Every other form of racing does it. Why are we the only ones not, right?
Yeah,
exactly. It'd be so tough to just go back to 5 lugs now after close to half a year of using this system, and trying to transition back would just be so much unnecessary headache for everyone.
Well, that and if you did it, you'd essentially have to bring in the old wheels too, because it doesn't work with these wheels. You can't run steel with this design because it's like 50, 60, 70 pounds a wheel if you do that with a tire on. And you can't run 5 with aluminum because it creates too much stress and it could break. So you're kind of stuck with it. I believe it is the way to go moving forward. You just kind of got to get through this part of it. And I don't fully understand the team's willingness to give up as much as they are with this. It's like, it seems like to me it would be beneficial long-term to just take an extra second and make sure it's on there. You might lose 2 spots on track, but that's a whole hell of a lot better than the penalty for it. And it's a whole lot better than destroying your diffuser mid-race, letting one get out.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking with the tire problems we saw today. Kind of the similar thing. Like, obviously it wasn't just tire pressure, because we heard a lot of guys that did have tire problems later in the race. Like, yeah, we bumped up the tire pressure, but a lot of it's camber related as well. And it's like, why didn't they see this in practice? I mean,
practice isn't long enough.
Exactly. And it's not long enough to make any changes either. So if you see an issue with camber, you need several hours to make that change, and the garage is not open long enough.
Okay. Well, yeah, that answers my question right there. Yeah, I mean, I guess we won't see it when you come back to Kansas. I guess they run. Just what they're running.
I would imagine I would imagine the teams with camber issues they don't feel like they're pushing it, because we've run tires with big sidewalls for so long.
Yeah.
They probably think they're being really conservative, and they just weren't far enough back the other direction.
Yeah, and I feel like California would probably be the closest to this that we've run so far. And we didn't really see it as much with California. But I feel like that was, early in the year, there's so much other shit going on with the brand new car that,
I was surprised we didn't really have any of this happen at Darlington, as abrasive as Darlington is.
Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be a thing, because, I mean, Harvick and Elliott blew tires in practice.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, I do want to go back to kind of the Toyota thing. This has been – so the Gibbs cars have been hot and cold, like I said earlier. Kyle Busch has been pretty consistent. He's kind of always up there. Mm-hmm. He's been up there most of the year. Martin Truex has been hit or miss. Denny Hamlin has the worst luck in the world.
Now he has 2 top 10s.
Yeah, he's got 2 whole top 10s now. Call it dogs on fire. Yeah, Denny's in that category with Suarez and Reddick. They can't catch a break, and Bubba. And then Bell is, Christopher Bell. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Christopher Bell. But and then 2311 has kind of come on it late. Like, we were talking the other week how, it doesn't seem like Hendrick is so far ahead of everybody else. It just seems like everybody else is kind of dropping the ball. And I feel like today was a prime example. Once they put the pieces together, I mean, Toyota was, they by far were the best today. I mean, effortlessly. I mean, Larson, you saw him driving the hell out of that thing just to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The 6 Toyotas could have very easily finished in the top 6 positions today. They certainly hit on something, whatever it is at Kansas, and come the playoff race, they will probably be favorites again to possibly take 6 cars and again go in the top 10.
Yeah.
Of course, historically, Toyota's been very good at Kansas, and tracks with higher tire wear tend to not change as much depending on what package you bring or what car you bring or whatever. They have similar characteristics. We saw that at Martinsville for years. Obviously, this year was different, but Martinsville, Bristol, tracks that have unique characteristics tend to lend themselves to being similar to set up for.
True. Seth, we were talking during the race about how Kyle Larson seems more impatient than he did last year.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Peter, you noticing that too?
Absolutely. I mean, how many guys has Larson or Tyler Mon or a combination of them just flat out wrecked this year? Going back to the Busch Clash and Justin Haley or Talladega and both 2311 cars.
Yeah.
Even outside of that, it's just like trying to make an overtake. He's like, fuck it, sending it. Like that. And I don't fully understand where that's coming from. Maybe just the lack of speed in the car. Like, not lack of speed as in they're slow, but lack of speed as in they're not race winning pace most weeks. Like they were they were top 5 this week, but they weren't race winning.
Like I said earlier, we're seeing vintage Kyle Larson. Like he's doing what he did at Ganassi, man, where he has a car good enough to run up there, but to get that extra little bit, he's having to really flex his muscle. Yeah. And like more times than not, he pushes over. I mean, last year, how many times have we really seen
spider on my desk? I apologize.
Cool. How many times last year did we see Larson really? We talked about this before, where Larson had to race somebody really that hard last year.
Not that many times, because he was more often than not with at 550 tracks the car to beat hands down. He was just contending against his teammates.
Yeah. And so, like, dude, you all right?
Killing a spider.
Killing a spider. This is
all right. It's very.
You get him?
Now. I got him. He's fucking dead.
Thank you. Okay. Would you like to comment on your driver?
My man's figuring it out. We'll get there. Well, no, hang on. I hate spiders. Sorry. Yeah, I don't. It's like the movie made on Kurt Busch today was like.
Which one?
The first one, the one where he about knocked the wall down.
Okay. Which one?
The slide job.
Yeah. Okay.
The slide job that went bad.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, it wasn't really that bad of a move. He just kind of popped loose on him. Yeah. It just kind of got loose on him. I mean, that's racing. It happens, but it's just, he didn't need to make that move in that moment. Like he could have worked him over for a lap or two more. He had a big run on him. He could have set up and got him down the back straightaway, no problem. So it's like last year he'd have worked him over for 15 laps before he did something like that. This year he's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's part of that. He's like, I done won a cup title already. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to send it.
I think that's also a combination of it. I think the cars aren't as good, and he's reverting back to his Ganassi days where we saw this countless times where he would have probably the fastest car. If he'd just be a little bit more patient, he probably could win, but he'd blow his head off his shoulders and knock the wall down or make a dumb move or something. And,
I mean, it seemed like Cliff Daniels was starting to get a little bit frustrated with him.
Yeah.
Like when he hit the wall the last time, he's like, dude.
Yeah.
No, he may have thought Kurt ran him in the wall at that point.
Well, he did. He did think Kurt ran him in the wall because they said 45 ran you in the wall, and Kyle's like, nah, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it didn't. Kyle's like, I think my left or right rear's on fire, and Cliff's like, yeah, no shit, dude. What do you think? But yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to that. The cars just aren't as good, or they aren't as good as they were last year. And he's having to go back to his old days. And I think Larson, go ahead.
They're picking up. I think Kyle will eventually get to that point. Cause if you remember in I think 2019, Kyle, they had a terrible start to the season and they were just slow. And when they weren't slow when they were slow, Kyle was overdriving the crap out of it and wrecking it most of the time. And when they weren't terribly slow, Kyle still probably wrecked it a few times because he was trying to win the race. And toward the end of the year, they started to get some speed back, and Kyle got a little bit of patience back in him for somehow. I don't know how he managed that, but he did.
He lost all that.
Yeah. But they ended the year better in that regard. So I feel like that might be where we're moving toward, but they're definitely better now than they were in 2019. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Like I said,
Spider got me all flustered. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say now.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I feel like in a way they definitely haven't had the speed they had last year, but last year at this point they had the same amount of wins.
Yeah, they did.
As they did. So
I could count 5 they should have won that they didn't at that point. I can't count any that they should have won at this point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Kurt Busch got his lone win this year. Peter, is he gonna win anymore?
I keep wanting to say yes, but history shows that the answer is more often than not no. He's won multi-win year recently. It was 2015 with Stuart Haas, and just otherwise, he's good for one just flat out dominating race every year. I think back to Atlanta last year, he led over half that race.
Yeah.
Similar to today, won a stage as well, but all that speed and performance just shows up one weekend out of 36, and he's just decent every other weekend. So I'm going to say no, but I'll gladly be proven wrong if otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, today, I feel like he was almost, I don't know, he showed more, I saw more classic Kurt Busch out of this, where he's just grinding it out. I feel like, for some reason, to me, it didn't feel like a random, like, Kurt Busch win. I don't know. It felt like, okay, they've hit on something here. And I think part of that was, like, Bubba also running well, too. But, I mean, like, Kurt's always good for one win. I mean, that's like what we were saying last week about how many winners are we going to have. And you said you kind of wrote off Kurt Busch with how they've been. It was fair. But
2311 was doing pretty bad. So,
yeah. But he's good for, he's always good for one win. I got the ones, the Jordan ones representing. That was the car he was driving today, so I had to bring him out. I don't know. Good win for Kurt. I mean, he's been around forever and, champion of the sport. I was excited for that last battle there. I knew it was about to be good when they got off pit road. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and Kurt. I was like, these are 3 of the best wheelmen in the sport. It's going to be a fun time. And it was. So
I'm glad Kurt's streak stays alive. I'm glad I was wrong. And that leads me to one of my points. I've been the one saying for several weeks now that we will stop having new winners. And I'm off that train now. I'm thinking 18, maybe 19, 20 winners. Okay.
What was I right? Was I right?
You were less wrong than normal. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, because it's like you said, and I didn't want to believe it because I'm like, man, we're gonna hit a plateau here in a second, and it's not happening. We're just going up and up and up. Like,
dude, here, back to last week. I said, I'm like, we've been seeing this constantly throughout this year where one guy who hasn't been running that good all year, has been running okay all year, has this one race where they're dominant. No one saw Kurt Busch dominating this race today. No one did.
Just like nobody saw Logano winning dominating last week.
And we've seen this a couple times throughout this year. So I think it's going to keep happening. I mean, we're already at 11 winners.
Yeah.
And we are just halfway through the regular season.
Yeah. Bell was good today. Bell could have won this race if things went differently.
Truex, Reddick, Suarez, any one of those. Peter, you got a couple?
We've seen a couple breakout top 5s out of Austin Dillon and 3 straight top 10s out of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They're 2 wild cards.
Yeah.
43 team would have been up there if they had the wheel nut on there. Did you hit your TV?
Over my TV.
All right,
yeah.
Frank.
Ryan Blaney. Didn't even talk about him.
Oh, yeah. Because I forgot he was in the race because he drove a car that wasn't yellow.
That's true, yeah. I mean, all of these guys, like, we named off, 8-10 guys right there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's 21 right there that we could see winning this thing. I mean, we got an Atlanta and a Daytona It's several road courses left. I mean,
keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could be, who knows how many we could have.
Yep.
We'll have 30. No, kidding. That's not going to have 30. But
well,
I think
it will bring points back into it.
Yeah, no, I think that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have 16. Bubba, we didn't even say Bubba. Bubba had a great car today.
Yeah. Did you see his pit crew though?
Yeah. Denny's going to have to do some firing over there.
Yeah, they need to like clean
I'll
house.
apply.
Hell, you might be better than what they've got right now.
Dude, someone said they're going to start calling Bubba Wallace's pit crew the ice cream machine at McDonald's.
Oh, that's just wrong. But it's so true.
It's so right. It's so right, dude. Yeah, I mean, we keep seeing this, man. I mean, I would kind of had Kurt in my back pocket. I thought Kurt was going to win, but yeah, I mean, we saw it today. I don't know. See, this reminds me of like, what race was it where I was like, I don't know how this race was. And then we started talking about it and I was like, man, that was a good race.
Richmond.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun race today. Yeah. Peter, obviously you're talking to these guys. You're down there in the trenches with everyone. What are you hearing? Like, what have we not talked about? What are you hearing out of the garage that, like, maybe we should be talking about or looking at?
I just think that the road courses, especially with this car, just open up the field of potential winners so much. Guys like Suarez, guys like Reddick, all the guys we just named could be a threat on road courses. Guys who aren't historically road course guys could all of a sudden be road course guys. I wouldn't be surprised to see Brad Keselowski be a road course guy all of a sudden if he hits his setup right one weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
should I go ahead and give Brad the win by saying he will absolutely undoubtedly not win this season?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much, dude. Yeah. Yeah. How about my pick today?
Yeah,
it didn't suck.
Lucky ass bastard. I was gonna cruise to the win in this one, and then Chase Elliott's tire was like,
I think Ross was coming back, man.
Chase was way ahead of him. I'm gonna choose to believe that I was gonna win, and then Chase Elliott's tire was like, nah, bitch. Wee.
Yeah. I was a little bit more excited than usual when Chase spins out.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
I saw it happen. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Seth, we got all the things you want to talk about. We got to break this down into thirds for Seth. Seth doesn't.
We don't have to break it down into thirds for Seth. We have to break it. Oh yeah, I am watching hockey right now, so yeah, I do like things in thirds. Anyway, I did want to bring up, why the hell was Kevin Harvick spinning
I'm listening.
Why was Kevin Harvick spinning sideways, hitting the wall, going down to the apron, and then 15 seconds later, why was that a caution? Exactly.
Because they thought there was oil on the track.
Yeah, my ass. They thought there was oil on the track. They thought there was a better finish on the track ahead of them if they call it caution.
I don't know about that.
Why would there have been oil on the track?
I don't know. You look at the replay, it looked like he slipped up the track. Not just because he lost his car. It looked like he could have hit oil. I don't know.
They wanted a better finish. That's what happened.
That's what happened. Peter, what do you think?
I mean, I was listening to Race Control. They thought there was oil that Harvick hit and spun in. So that's what they were thinking.
I mean, they're lying, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw oil. Yeah, I mean,
you saw oil.
Or no, I saw that people thought that NASCAR thought there was oil. Okay. Yeah, I also saw it. I had my heavily prescribed glasses. My heavily prescribed. They're not from Dollar Tree. They're blue light glasses.
They sell blue light glasses at Dollar Tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I don't know if they sell any that look like that, but
I overpaid a lot. Yeah. Shit. I think we're at our favorite part. I think we're at Sundress and Dumbass.
Woo.
Yeah. All right. Seth, Sundress, who you got?
Fuck.
Okay, Peter, Sundress, who you got?
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He has 3 straight top 10s now, and I think he only had 2 all of last year. I mean, no one's talking about that, and no one really expected that out of these last 3 racetracks. I mean, Dover, he could have legitimately won, which is just insane to think about. And just another top 10 today. He's 30th in points, but still clawing away somehow.
Damn. Yeah. Garage Chase is probably talking about it. That's another one. Add Stenhouse to the list. He could pop off. He was great at Nashville last year.
That is true. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Seth.
All right. Sundress. I'm going to go with, I don't know. I was going to go with Stenhouse. Yeah, that was what I was thinking of. But I was trying to think of something else since Peter said that.
Okay.
I guess
Stenhouse.
We're just going to go with Stenhouse. Yeah.
I'm going to go with James Huck, the rear tire carrier for Eric Jones, who got the tire off the car. The damn Viking on the team who was able to. I like to believe he got it off with his bare hands. They had every tool in the book. They had a breaker bar. They had a sawzall. They had what was that? They had a concrete saw in there at one point. And that man, I like to believe he single-handedly just popped that bitch off with his pinky.
Move.
Yeah. Steph, you got to put a picture of that guy on the screen once you.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a picture of him on my phone.
The only tool they didn't use is Thor's hammer.
That's exactly what happened.
That guy looked like Thor.
He did look like Thor. Yeah. So that's my sundress. I don't know how you can argue with that one.
I don't think I can. We'll do half and half.
I was way too hyped when they interviewed him. I was so excited.
That was pretty great.
Dumbass. Who you got, Seth?
I guess I'm gonna go with the 23 crew.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Because that was terrible.
Peter, who you got for dumbass?
Well, I wasn't watching the ARCA race live, but Drew Dollar did a peak Drew Dollar move, and Billy Venturini put him on blast. I guess I'd go with Drew Dollar.
Dude, yeah, that was stupid. That was he pulled basically the same move Kyle Larson pulled on Kurt Busch, but he wasn't trying to slide job him. He just wrecked. It looked like Ryan C trying to wreck Ty Gibbs at Vegas. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah, that was bad.
That was bad.
That was really bad.
And then Billy Venturini's quote was priceless.
Yeah, that was
great. he said, got money. He's a good kid. He could probably do something else that's not race car driving. Oh, Billy Venturini's a national treasure. My dumbass was the teams for having low pressure and bringing too much camber to the track. But I almost want to retract that a little bit just because I guess they didn't really know what the limit was on camber. And I thought it was initially just a tire pressure issue, but that was who I picked. I like both of y'all's way better than mine. So we're going to go with that.
Yeah, with the 23 team, it's like, man, our expectations were low, but Jesus.
Dude, yeah.
More spots on track than there are cars in the race. That's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord. I don't know what the number was higher. The number of positions Bubba lost on pit road or the number of cars Denny Hamlin passed today.
If the numbers we heard were correct, it was the number of cars Denny Hamlin passed.
Yeah, but it was way closer than it should have been.
Way closer than it should have been.
Dude, how about Denny, man? Denny was he was damn near in tears after that race.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's another, I want to talk about this real quick. With 2311, Denny, say what you want about Denny. He's one of a kind. Yeah, I'll say what I want about Denny, but I've grown a little bit of a soft spot for Denny just because of this and how he's putting so much back into the sport. I really like that. And I really like how, how just he's no bullshit. Like, he is not sugarcoating. He's like, we are not where we need to be. We are going to get there. And today, I mean, you could see how much passion he has into it. And that's really, I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
No, yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Pro Denny in this regard. Yeah, in this regard.
Yeah, for sure. Peter?
It was just great to see Denny racing around both of his cars basically all day today. And like you said, seeing some genuine emotion out of him that's not for him winning. I'm not used to seeing that. He's usually either high on the emotion of winning or low in defeat. Not quite Kyle Busch or Kurt Busch-esque, but close to that. So it's weird to see him happy when Kurt Busch wins, even though he does co-own Kurt Busch's team.
Yeah. I wonder what Jordan's saying. I wonder if Jordan was even watching. I just remember Freddie Kraft last year. We asked him about Michael Jordan. And he's like, dude, Michael thinks we're going to win the championship today.
Gosh.
And that was like at Atlanta. All right, bitch and scale. All right, Peter, we'll explain what do you know what the bitch and scale is? You're familiar? It's kind of arbitrary. It doesn't really we say whatever. Let's see. What do you think the high should be, Seth?
I don't know. Kyle Larson hitting the wall 5 fucking times and the car's still going straight.
That's fair. Composite bodies, okay.
Yeah.
And then the low point, 23 pit crew.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. Where are you gonna put it?
I'm gonna put it at a 23 pit crew. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna put it at Kyle Larson hitting the wall 2 times.
Let's see. I'll put it at the hype they give Kansas City barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't quite believe the hype because North Carolina barbecue. We're all North Carolina boys. We can test North Carolina barbecue is pretty good.
I don't know. You remember that barbecue we got in Fort Lauderdale though?
No, I don't.
At Rock and Roll Ribs.
Oh, that barbecue was good.
That shit was good.
Okay. Fort Lauderdale, yeah, Rock and Roll Ribs barbecue might be up there. But yeah, that's where I'm putting it. Kansas City barbecue. Peter.
I'll put it at the hype Fox is giving the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Dude,
good.
they would not shut up about the Chiefs. Well, I guess Clint's in the booth, so I mean.
Oh yeah, Clint's in the booth and Andy Reid's there. I get that, but I mean, you don't see this for any other team, not even the Panthers. So it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Dude, I thought Jamie McMurray was really good in the booth today.
He was really underrated. And honestly, coming into the season, I wanted him in that role full time. So I was very pleased with him.
Yeah.
He and Clint worked together very well, I thought.
Yeah. I forgot to talk about it last week, so I'm going to talk about it this week. How they had Bill Elliott, Richard Petty, Bobby Abani in the booth last week for Darlington. Richard Petty in the booth was really cool if he could get a fucking word in. Because Clint Boyer would not shut up.
Yep.
Clint would ask him a question, but the question would go on so long that by the time Richard answered it, there was something else going on that they needed to talk about.
Yeah, all I've done is watch the highlights. I haven't rewatched the full race from last week. In the highlight reel, I heard Richard Petty talk one time.
Yeah. No, he what is it? Denny put Jones on the wall, or they got into Jones or something. I think it was Denny. And Richard Petty's like, I'm gonna have to go have a talk with that boy. Like Richard Petty, man, is the king of cool.
Yeah.
He's oh my god. He had a backwards hat on in the flag stand. I'm like, dude, no one touches that guy in swag. I could see him in a pair of these, and he'd look fantastic. But yeah, no, I thought Jamie was really good. I thought he paired with Clint really well because, like, Clint's Clint Boyer. He's wild as shit. And Jamie would be like, Clint, you're stupid. This is what actually it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. They're both like, go ahead.
The best pairs with Clint Boyer have been the ones that have been not afraid to ground Clint Boyer.
Yeah.
Those have been the best ones. So I guess, who am I thinking? Danica kind of filled that role because she would just kind of tell Clint.
Yeah, I mean Larry Mack's good too.
Yeah, Larry Mack.
I mean,
Dale was decent too at Talladega.
Yeah, Dale. Yeah, Dale's no bullshit in the booth.
Yeah,
Dale's like, this is what it is. Rick Allen gave him some shit one time. Dale's like, no, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm. That was a problem with Jeff Gordon. Is Jeff Gordon wouldn't like he would let Darrell Waltrip know that what he was saying was stupid, but he wouldn't let Clint Boyer know at all. It's like,
here's what I thought about Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon. Here's the thing with Jeff Gordon. And I've told you this, Seth, before. Jeff Gordon always seemed like when he was commentating races, they were like Mike Joy or Clint would be talking and it would be, and they when they talked to Jeff, it was like it was a little kid showing his parents like a shitty picture, and the parents being like, "Oh, great job, Timmy! Like you did a really great job." That's what Jeff Gordon sounded like in the booth at all times.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or he'd be like, all right, Credit One Bank, ones to watch, and like the top 5 are all Toyotas and Fords, and then Jeff would be like,
Chase Elliott.
Yeah, he'd be like, I think Chase Elliott's got a good shot. Jeff, he wrecked out of the race 40 laps ago. I don't know, man. I think he's got a shot.
Yeah. It's the 6-minute clock up. I think he'll come back out there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Shit. All right. So picks.
This is the last. Or no, do we care about who we can and cannot?
No, All-Star race is free reign.
Yes.
So Peter, you get to pick for the All-Star race and the 600 too. Okay. All right. I guess. Yeah. Do we want to pick for the 600 now? Fuck it.
Us might as well since we're going to be at the Indy 500. Yeah. So
yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So we'll do double picks. Or how about Peter? You can pick for the All-Star race.
Oh, the 600 we can't pick. It's still on the first 13 races, right?
So yeah. All right. No. This was the 13th race. So we got fresh slate for the 600. We'll pick our All-Star picks on our preview show for the All-Star race. Peter, you gonna be at the All-Star race?
No, not gonna be in Texas, but I will be at the 600. So I know you guys are typically at the 600, but y'all are in Indy. I'm jealous of that, but I'll be holding down the fort at Charlotte.
All right. Appreciate that. All right, cool. So Peter, you might have to pop in next week for our All-Star preview show. We're going to try something different, guys.
That's what they say every year for the All-Star race.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, picks for, I guess we'll pick it for the 600. I picked Chastain today, and he whooped Chase Elliott's ass.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddy won his first pick with us in like 6 weeks or 5 weeks or some bullshit.
All we had to do was not go to the track, and like I'm on it now.
Wow.
I won Dover, so.
Yeah, well, we were still at a track that weekend. All right, picks. Peter, who you got for the 600?
Ooh, 600. I'll go William Byron. I think seeing that 24 win again at the 600 would be special to see.
All right. That's a good pick. All right, Seth?
Ross Chastain.
All right. I got a weird feeling it's going to be wrong, and I may be jinxing him, but
oh God.
Daniel Suarez will win the Coca-Cola 600. No. I'm saying it. Look at me right now. Daniel Suarez is going to win the Coca-Cola 600. That's what's going to happen. I've had this feeling all year long. He's going to win the Coca-Cola 600.
The 600 does have a knack for first-time winners, so that's not entirely out of left field.
Yeah, and they were good today. They've been solid on intermediate shit. Daniel hasn't been too shabby at Charlotte either. So that's who I'm picking. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think Daniel's going to win the Coca-Cola 600.
All right, so we are not doing our All-Star picks yet.
No, we'll do that. We'll save that for the preview show next week, which will probably be out Sunday morning or Saturday night. Probably Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the All-Star race. We'll be kicking back, drinking beers, doing all the fun stuff. Shit, Peter, you ought to come over.
Yeah, I may have to actually.
Yeah.
I mean, with hockey, I was right in your neighborhood the other night, wasn't I?
Yeah, exactly. So you ain't too far away. I mean, you're basically where Seth is. So
yeah.
But yeah. Any last words for Cansall? Yeah.
Solid. Go composite.
Peter?
It was awesome to see the Jordan car win in its first outing. I think that was just a really cool sight to see. Hope they make a diecast of it.
Yeah, that'd be really
fucking
cool.
Better.
Watch them not for some stupid reason.
Yeah, Nike does a sign off or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you see me in short shorts and Jordan 1s tomorrow, no, you didn't. See y'all next week.
All right, this has been the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. I've been Seth Dolby. He's been Buddy Pulley. We've been joined by Peter Stratta from TSJ Sports, and we'll see y'all next time.